Hi, I'm Craig McLeod and welcome to Drift My Ride. Today we've got Ren's M5 powered R324 Nissan Skyline. The Nissan Skyline is a line of compact cars, sports cars and compact executive cars originally produced for the Prince Motor Company starting in 1957 and then by Nissan after the two companies merged in 1967. The Skyline was largely designed and engineered by Mr. Sakuri from its inception, and he remained the chief influence of the car until his death in 2011. The R32 Skyline debuted in 1989. It was available as either a two-door coupe or a four-door hardtop sedan. It came with a variety of engine options from the 1.8 litre CA through to the 2.6 litre RB26. Hi Ren!
Craig, how are you doing, sir?
Not bad. I can't believe you've thought that this would be a good idea for the second time round.
What could possibly go wrong? Well, I thought, seeing as I'm normally behind the camera, I thought I'd give a little change and get into this seat here and we can have a chat about my other drift car, which is, I'm going to take over and say it's my R32 Nissan Skyline with an R34 front end and a BMW E39 M5 engine, so a bit of a hybrid of all the different cars.
It's like is it the car you always wanted? Is it, or was this what you were looking for, or was it?
No. What happened was we saw it came up on Facebook, and it was like our first come first served. So it was advertised for about 8 minutes, and then Jeep was like, buy it, buy it, buy it, buy it, buy it. So we bought it, and then it's here. Yeah. And I have only crashed it about 4 times, so that's not too bad.
It's not too bad. It's had some quite substantial crashing as well, though. It's like there's a few dents in it, isn't there?
A couple of fiberglass repairs to be done. Thanks to Stuart at Driftland Garage for the fiberglass repairs. That was appreciated. It didn't have very good brakes when I first got it. So it's got R34 GTT front and rear brakes on it, but in order to make enough space in the engine bay, the guy that built it only had room for a Nissan Micra master cylinder and servo. So there's like this little pea-chested little servo with kind of squeeze big calipers. It didn't really work, so it had no brakes, and so I used to get up quite a lot of speed and then not really get rid of that speed in time before I hit
That
things.
can be an issue, really, isn't it?
Yeah, other cars, walls, those sorts of things.
If you're hitting bushes, it doesn't matter, but solid objects can be an issue.
I'm not sure Jeek agrees with that. If you're going off on his grass,
I'm
not very happy about that.
No. So you've done the brakes on it. So you also ended up putting in a wee bias valve as well, didn't you? Just to get a bit more balance between the front and rear.
It's got a brake booster now underneath underneath here, so it's down underneath this part, and that means I've actually got some brakes now.
The big thing about this car, I think the big thing for me anyway, is the engine.
Yes.
And you love this engine.
I'm quite a fan of it. It seems to do everything you need it to do. It's got low down torque. Like a lot of V8s are quite lazy, quite further up, like the M60, so the 540 engine, that's as soon as it gets up to like 6,000 revs you feel it just die, whereas this just keeps going up into like 7,500, 8,000. For this track, for Driftland, you can just pretty much stick it in third and that's it, off you go. That's you done. You can do it from a standing start. So
a standing start, third gear,
absolutely, just off you go. It's got a Triple C Motorsport twin plate clutch as well, so you'll feel the clutch is quite heavy, does a really good job though. M5 6-speed gearbox, and then back to some S14 running gear at the back, which the S14 stuff hasn't really done that good a job recently.
No, it's been a bit of an issue. Diff is the main thing?
Yeah, diff's been the problem. So second diff now, and the second set of drive shaft keeps munching them. So it's got a 3.7 a bit welded up viscous LSD, which I think is the most rubbishy ratio for a Nissan. Correct me if I'm wrong. Leave a little comment to let me know how rubbish you can get for a Nissan ratio, because I will take it if it's super low. This is even still, it feels like you need to change up to fourth quite early on. You might get the big man shoes on today. We'll see how you get on.
Well, let's see how we get on before I start going.
Why am I challenging
I don't know. Why did that? What happened last time? I suppose should we cut to what happened last time?
So let's have a look last time. Wasn't the best.
No.
You'll be pleased to know that the front bumper on this is a genuine BR front bumper. You can get them from Japan still.
Okay.
They're only 900 quid plus all your shipping and stuff like that. so that's not too bad.
No pressure. It's got a really nice stance to it as well, the car.
It's quite aggressive, isn't it,
Yeah.
at the front? But it fails the fitment police ride height check quite badly as a result of that. Quite a deep front bumper. But I think having the higher ride height makes it easier. It makes it easier to drive. Hopefully you'll know what it drives like because it's got the Driftworks CS2 handling package on it. So it's got your various camber arms at the front, CS2 coilovers as well.
Geomasters on it as
Geomasters on the front, but not on the rear. Did you have rears on your
got
S42?
Geo as well.
So I've got a lot less rear grip, I think. We got it corner weighted, and it's only got about 180 kilos in that corner, where it's like 300 in the far side corner. So it's quite lopsided at the back.
Wow.
I think it's to do with the preloads on the suspension, to be honest.
Okay, right.
It's not so much the actual weight, but the suspension needs badly set up. I've never had it aligned.
Filling me with confidence, to be honest.
When I got it, there was 100 kilograms of marine weights in the boot. So I obviously took those out because who wants an extra 100 kilos? So now it's only 1245. So yeah, it's basically much better at driving than I am.
Okay. And people can come and get a ride in this thing, can't they?
They can indeed. I've been using it to do drift taxis here at Driftland. So we do, throughout the year, we do different events where we also run drift taxis. They're mostly on a Sunday. So from age 12 and upwards, you can come and get yourself a passenger ride in this car, and I'll take you for a blast around the track and give you a little scare, hopefully. And I've got a little discount code, which is coming up in the comments just here, which will get you money off if you want to come and have a drift taxi ride at one of our events.
So I suppose other things, we've got plastic. Are we all windows? No, rear
glass in the back. So
glass
it's not too bad.
Yeah.
It's still really hot in here.
It's getting boiling, isn't it?
Really.
Doors cut out.
Yeah, again, try and get as much weight out as possible. BDC flying cage.
It's super sturdy.
Really hard to get in and out of.
It is, a little bit of a yoga moves needing to get in and out of here.
Double fire extinguishers because I don't like fire. I'm not a fan of
Fair enough.
Not a fan of fire.
Oh, you've got like a slightly different, like this is a different position really for a lot of things.
Takes a bit of getting used to.
Yeah.
Easy to flap your hands onto that. So
just like it's just super short to grab to there.
Yeah. And a terrible gear change as well.
Okay.
Rubbish. So it's basically the standard M5 shifter and linkage at an odd angle.
Oh,
so
right.
we're hopefully changing that in the future with a Coolerworks system. Thanks to Coolerworks, if you're watching, could do with a gear shifter. Thanks, guys.
Some nice seats.
Yep, seats are a Corbeau one for your driver. This is a Sparco, which is quite narrow for the passenger seat, but I got a wider one. However, I couldn't fit it in the Bride mounts.
Wheels,
rotas, so they're quite sturdy, it seems, as I've hit them off a few things. They're not crazy offsets or anything, so I've got spacers in the front, but it clears the wishbones. It's still the R32 front suspension setup.
Cool Flock dash in here as well.
Yeah, unfortunately, Flock dashes scare me a little bit. I can't
Do you not like touching them? But I like the way you've got the dash for the BMWs in here.
Yeah, so I can see I've got my revs, I've got water temperature, and I've got nothing else that works.
Nothing else that works. And all the pedals, were they all standard? They all just match up to everything else? You didn't have to do anything?
They're all in the normal positions. I think that feels quite normal. Do you know what, Craig? Do you know how you're going to get a good feel of the pedals?
Using the car?
Yeah, let's give it a drive.
Let's go for a drive.
Excellent.
Right, let's go. It is heavy, isn't it, that clutch?
Oh, I don't want to get a passenger seat.
You ever been in the passenger seat? It's a really good noise, isn't it?
We get it straight to third as soon as you can.
Third, as straight as we can, right. It doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't think the gearbox matters. You might just have removed the gearbox. It's like an electric car, instant throttle. like, no, you don't need to clutch grip this at all.
No, not really. Third is your gear for all occasions. You can do pretty much everything.
Yeah, it's... Too slow, flew on too much angle, lost all the speed.
A bit too slow for the transition there.
Yeah, right dude. I just totally get it.
Good engine,
like when you said the 70-30 weight, I thought, well, it's going to be weird to drive, but it just, even with alignment, like you don't know what it is, it's just, I think it's a Nissan chassis, just such a good chassis for drifting, and the power delivery, in this.
It's really handy. If I spend some time and money setting up properly, I think it's got even more potential.
Oh god, yeah, and it grips as well. It's not like there isn't grip in the back here. No, it's crazy.
So does that give you some food for thought for your future engine plans? Or are you going to stick with rubbishy 6-cylinders?
No, I'm not sticking with 6-cylinders.
Not sticking with 6-cylinders. Last week it was 6-cylinders. The week before it was 8-cylinders. What are we on now?
Back to 8-cylinders.
Back to 8-cylinders. Woo!
Right guys, if you want to see any more of these, if you could please like, share and subscribe to Driftland TV. And if you could follow me at Craig Does Drift on YouTube and Facebook. See you in the next one.